Well, welcome to another edition of Men Are So Smart. Today, we are on location at a car show in Roseville, California, and it's called Cars for Kids. It's being held in the parking lot of Bill McAnally's Napa Auto Repair Center, and the person who's putting on the show joins Ronnie and I. This is Mary Stokely Gromer. Mary, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's
I
nice
appreciate
to have
it.
you here.
Thank you.
How long have you been putting on this particular show?
This particular show is our first time for a summer show and luau theme, and we have been asked several years to do one in the spring or summer. So this we're kicking it off this year here, and we're very excited about that. But we've been doing car shows for 6 years.
6 years, okay.
Boy, you couldn't have gotten a better day for it, though.
It's pretty awesome.
Beautiful weather.
And a really good turnout. We are going to take you up close and personal with some of the cars that we have just right across from us in another episode that'll be next. So tell us a little about what's going on here today.
Today we have a lot of sweet, beautiful cars coming out.
Indeed.
The owners are love the vision and the mission of what we do this for, and that's to help the needy kids and families that we get a lot of families that they can't get on food stamps, but they have a hard time making it.
Sure. And
we also help a lot of other smaller food banks, which is pretty cool. So they're all part of the equation of making a success out of that.
And so all of your people that have brought the cars out today and everybody that's coming by, they're bringing non-perishable food out.
Yeah, we've got several barrels already, almost full of donations, so we can be able to immediately start handing that out.
How did you become a person who puts on car shows? What was the motivation?
Well, I'm a photographer at heart, and at heart I drove the classic cars when they weren't classic.
Right. Well, we did too.
Yeah, they were just cars.
So I got into photography and loved going to Sac Autorama, and I think the first time I went there, I shot about 4,000 photos.
Yeah.
And was very sore for a couple of days.
I'm sure.
And so I have a photography group, and I also do some of my own shoots, but I do pinup shoots. So I get the cars, and then I do the muscle car shoots. So.
All right. So of all the, what do you have as far as the cars out here today? Do you have one yourself?
I don't have a car. Like I said, we're on our way to get one.
Oh, okay.
We're on our way. We are a car enthusiast.
Okay, gotcha. Well, you know what? I fall into the same category right now. I do have a really souped up Dodge Grand Caravan that I'm pretty proud of. It's got the V6, so
yes, it's the big V6.
It's got some power.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as classic, I look at it as a classic.
Yeah.
All right, so Mary, tell us more about your photography. I'd like to know some more about what you're doing with your camera.
Well, my I shoot Nikon, but that doesn't really necessarily matter because I have a lot of friends that shoot all kinds of, they shoot Canon or Sony. So I have done car photography, pinup, tiki, which is the Hawaiian like today, pinup. I've done weddings, I've done portraits, and there's not a whole lot I don't do. I don't necessarily do the pet photography, and but if someone asked me, I probably would. So.
All right, so we're going to go around in a few minutes here and talk to some of the guys that own these beautiful cars here. Right across from us, we've got Ron and I are trying to decide what that white Z28 is, what year that is.
70.
Or the 70.
I checked it. Yeah,
that's
70
what I thought.
RS28.
So we're going to do that. Car is running right now. They just fired it up.
Sounds good.
Good timing.
Yeah.
So Mary, I'm sure that there are a lot of people that you would really like to thank that helped you put on this show today. Why don't you go ahead and take a few minutes?
Well, I want to thank my husband, number one. That's pretty awesome sound, though.
Yes, yeah, it's a good background.
So I want to thank my husband because without him, I wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot, and he helps me a lot with doing that. I want to thank John and Rick Pierce They've done a lot. Actually, they were hopped on the Cars for Kids bandwagon at the very first show when I did it in December, and I had a learning curve not to do a car show in December, and there was 25 people there, 25 cars, and half of them was drop and go. But you know, I think I want to Rich Tusi, he's been with us a few times, and my brother-in-law. There's just so many to thank, and I do want to thank, you know, the one thing that keeps drawing me to the cars is the people, the car culture, and they are very giving. They love kids and to help, and I was going to be on the Memorial Day show for Butch Gardner. I was supposed to be on it to talk about our first show, and he talked to me about how much he loved what we did, and I'll never forget that last conversation, you know, that I had with him, and he was really, and that sort of launched us to want to, you know, it's there, and it's, you know, the people, and the more people I meet, the more I see how much they love to do stuff to help kids. So
it really is all about passion. Now, Mary, you did a show last year, and you asked me to help promote it. And this is uncomfortable, but we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
All right. What happened?
Mary was working really, really hard on the car show, and I slept through my alarm. And I think I woke up that day about 9 o'clock and realized what I did, and it was.
How many tickets can you buy for $5?
There you have it. That's what it's all about, right there.
So Mary was unable to make the call-in time because she had a bunch of stuff going on the previous night, and what you don't realize.
To be fair, your show is early.
It is early.
Yeah.
The radio show is early. She wasn't able to make it, and so unfortunately, I was unprepared to fill the time, and it was a little bit difficult getting through it. Now, Mary gave me a year to cool off, and she contacted me again, and what did we do this time?
I said, please.
Yep.
And I said, I would love to be on your show and love to promote what we do and how it affects the families that we help.
And that's why we did it, because it's much bigger than any silly 1-hour Saturday morning radio show. Events like this are so important to the community and so important to helping others that are less fortunate than us. You know, no matter how bad you think you have it, there's always somebody that's got it just a little bit worse. And
if you're thinking you're having a bad day, just go talk to someone else. And,
you know, Coco?
All right.
Coco?
Mary, thank you very much for coming on today. I hope you had a good time. Okay. That'll wrap up another edition of Men Are So Smart.
And women too.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.